Shalom, my friends. We're entering into a very special month in the Jewish calendar, which you can feel very, very tangibly here in the state of Israel, which reminds us once again of how modern Jewish life is so much based on ancient Jewish traditions and customs. Let's explore what I'm talking about. Shalom, my friends. This is Akiva Gersh with Israel in 5, where we give you everything Israel in 5 minutes. Please like and subscribe. And if you have any questions or want to keep the conversation going, please do so below in the comments. We're starting a new Hebrew month in the Hebrew calendar called Elul. And this is the last month of the year before we get to Rosh Hashanah, the Jewish New Year, which begins a new Jewish year. And this month, this last month of the year, traditionally for hundreds of years, thousands of years, has been a very, very powerful month, a time for introspection, a time for reflection, a time for looking back at the year and seeing how did we do? What did we do? What did we accomplish? What were the good parts? What were the challenging parts? Where did we succeed in doing what we wanted to do? Where did we fall short? It's a time to really kind of take an assessment. Again, a reflection and a look back to see what the year was like so that we can prepare for the new year coming very soon in just now a month. And what does that look like? What do I mean that you can feel that tangibly here in the state of Israel? Israel is the Jewish state. And the society and the culture is very much based on ancient Jewish traditions and customs. Of course, Israel is also a modern day country. And you can go to places like Tel Aviv and even in Jerusalem and go to certain restaurants and places that feel like, they remind you of other places in the world. But of course, Israel has its unique history and its unique foundation that is over 3,000 years old. And this month, the month of Elul, is a time for extra prayers, specifically prayers called slichot, which means forgiveness. And people already starting at the beginning of this month will take the entire month and say these daily prayers every single day except for Shabbat, these prayers of slichot, asking for forgiveness from God. And Jews will gather together in synagogues around the country, praying these very specific and special prayers, singing them in special, unique melodies. And especially at certain kind of, holy sites around the country, maybe graves of righteous people from the past, and definitely the Kotel, the Western Wall, the Kotel HaMa'aravi, right? As we say in Hebrew, the Wailing Wall, as some people call it. People will gather there nightly, thousands and thousands of people to say these prayers together. Very, very powerful, very, very intense and beautiful experience. And people will travel literally from all over the country to go to the Kotel, the Western Wall, driving for hours to get there. And they're held in the middle of the night, around midnight time. So people will be there in the middle of the night praying these prayers. Very, very inspiring, very, very powerful again and beautiful. And then go home hours later, right? Taking an entire night and sleeping very little just to have this experience, to be there for this time of the year that we're in. In addition, there's another beautiful ancient custom that you literally hear all over the country during this month of Elul, and that is blowing of the shofar every single day, every single morning. Right? It's a custom to do it in the synagogues, but people also do it all over the place, in the streets, in schools, sometimes even in restaurants, even sometimes I've heard it on the train. Okay, and people really want to bring the call, the sound of the shofar out to the entire nation because, as we learn in the Jewish tradition, the sound of the shofar wakes people up, wakes them out of their slumber, their spiritual slumber, and gets them ready for this month to take advantage of this month of reflection, of repentance, of making up for things that we did that we shouldn't have done. And again, preparing ourselves for Rosh Hashanah, for the Jewish New Year and the New Year ahead. So these two aspects, the prayers and the sound of the shofar, the blowing of the shofar every single day this month, are two very tangible things that we see, that we feel, that we experience here in Israel throughout this month. Definitely around the world, wherever there are Jewish communities, are doing this as well. But again, Israel is the Jewish state, so you see it and you feel it everywhere. Right? You can be walking down the streets and hear shofar. Oftentimes, a few days into the month, I can't tell the difference sometimes between the sound of the shofar and like someone honking their horn, which Israelis also like to do. And that's just the nature of this month of Elul, an entire month getting ready to wind up the year, to close the year and get ready for a new year with these special prayers, with the special sound of the shofar, a very Jewish custom that goes back thousands of years that is alive and well in the modern state of Israel. All the best, my friends, and be well.